All right, abusinya mami mo bibi akwaba. Na me mfa mbra mega TV and platform we eso. Abusinya, quick one. Ye be looking into a US tariffs. 10% omodia to ye export so. In fact, enema ye de call mukurum the omodia to so, and how it is going to affect Ghana. Even Ghana kwa uchi mwa chese emise yenye ni kakra. Because also some of the African countries now, ebi 15, ebi 20, ebi 25, even China krano. Na chese ye krano yenye ni ye. I say na ye relationship be any ye wayonko fobi. Eda US ne Ghana ntamintia I think say about form. Na afen so draw foreign affairs minister you kuje tabla kwa emiti the ambassador in fact from US to Ghana. Emo mudi hu nkomo bi ehwe ni muso mudi san komodi ni na ekopiem e Donald Trump na so ye e White House na ye hu emu nchiremu yenko na yenkotie komono how danger it is and how it is going to affect our economy and also improve our economy. It has disadvantages and advantages. Yenko ni nti sansem maybe we Sadiq Adams bra oni Afia Queen MPP communicator I mean Abaya we need inquiry saying is a queen, yeah, queen, and the other communicators are or more the various political parties, including the ruling party. Yenti or Monfambre, Kobe Betwas, Yanko Puncho.
As you might be anyone or as a worker out of charity. People only employ say well opportunity to make more profit. That is the only time they employ you to help them to make more profit. And he say or to me exporting more, meaning say you will expand the business and look for different lines of what exportation. Then also abwa na ya fa bebre ejumem. Enti unemployment say e be affect no. I mean buying profit tax crowd OG from the owners who say profit tax no a function of the profit. Say want to be a profit bebre it will affect tax na OG. So it has serious implications. And non finance minister, foreign affairs minister, and minister of trade to mean the any American ambassador enya sa nkita hono is very important and I'm happy say mama nanka say tariff ya pa na say grandfather Trump edeba no e be hard dream pa nti omo nhwe no mo bibi so I'm just hoping say they will look at it and then affect especially say sa niama na ABI free Ghana eco Americano if the Americans have near no alternative product meaning say because importing company wa Americano say or the 10% be kanya or tony una meaning the price will go up.
Yeah.
Once price is increasing, every consumer will look for the alternative product. And they say to me, "Adebi able to me user it will replace near free Ghana no."
And then the second crowd.
Meaning say we have problem.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's a serious issue. And say say some of the scientific science research that I'm on India, I've been able to do something that looks like the cocoa powder. When they break the cocoa beans and powder now chocolate, they are able to produce an alternative. Meaning it will get to a point they will not rely much on our cocoa beans.
I'm more produce anything
exactly.
It look like beans.
Exactly. And they say, Niamana, yet to me, they call America. Though I mean, if check here, among the top 5 countries are Ghana trade with the American count, but I believe say the top 10 count. So whatever they are buying from us, has significant impact on our exporting companies. And it's something we have to look at now and confetti because you see, like I told you, let me have Juma. Juma needs to be new, so we need to look at it. And I think so. You're producing and I say Ghanaians are not able to consume everything. Then how do we store the risk? In the export in the
okay.
And I believe say finance minister ni, foreign affairs minister ni, minister of trade or Mushia opinion of America. That is the ambassador to Ghana. Something good will come out of it now. Okay. Nobody is saying say they shouldn't protect American businesses. Is to protect American business. They can revamp production. Americans will rely on local production more. Now most of money and they can employ more. Fine.
Right.
But say the same way a wake up call. Edima Africans. Because your population is over 1 billion.
Yeah.
Over 1 billion. And I don't see the reason why you need to mean trading among African countries. Once the population in economics is market.
Yes.
And he said, oh, nipa 1 billion. And I you to Mr. Dosso. Why can't we trade Ghana and Nigeria? Ghana ni Togo, Ghana ni Burkina Faso, Benin, and so on and so forth. Why? So he said, wake up call say that we should look inward. Now, Ghana, Africa for and trade. And this is where they after now you set it up. No, this is where it will be very, very relevant.
Yes.
Let's come up with things because we say, if you remember, West African currency, the ECO. Up to now, we have not been able to do it. You know why? And if you don't take that, we can practical. We should practicalize BBI. Right now, we should have a data HSA. Ghana, cocoa, how many quantities need to be called Tunisia, Morocco, South Africa, and so on. I think we share Ghana trade. No, at least we are doing well with South Africa because South Africa is, I think, the fourth.
Importer from Ghana. Yes.
Exactly. But we should do more. We have everything in Africa. I don't see why we should be importing rice from Vietnam and all those places. And Nigeria is doing very well when it comes to rice. Why can't we take rice here? The rice here in Nigeria, Ghana.
Which is easier and cheaper. Exactly.
So we should look at all these things. Let's trade among us. Jumano will expand in Africa. The Jumano expanding in Africa, who have Ghanaians who be in Nigeria, every month they will come home. The same way applies to Nigerians and so on. Let's trade among. So after must wake up, we must see more data-driven, activities. And yet, Kasano, say conference, big hotels are. After they must share data at every quarter. Who say Ghana Niamana exporting a movie and here yet to me Eddie call. How many African countries in Africa?
Yes.
How are we also taking things from there? But they be China, Switzerland, Europe, it no help us. And now that Americans are coughing, Africa will be a catchy code. And I feel so monkeys play by size.
Yes.
Near paying for a year, but we cannot retaliate. Saying we are setting some tariff against Americans.
Zimbabwe, remove your tariffs. Fight.
Exactly. Monkeys play by sizes. Say who say okay, who say 10%, this means you then 15%. Who will suffer?
Ghana.
Oh, intimacy, because we have a Juma. Exporting companies, no, at least, and you be more employed Ghana for. We have a exchange rate, no, because the foreign influence, no, so it's better.
Yeah.
We have a profit and I said a tax now are buying edge because the exporting company no need product because from like I said no tax is a function of the profit. Profit in from I mean is a tax are buying edge no because from. So there are a lot of consequences.
Okay.
Let's explore the African market. Say trade war BIC here. The next thing I hope is you change your trade destination. And it's the timer. I'm expecting practical policies after practical discussions and yet casa. Kind of textbook there be. Let's see data HSA. Near my free Ghana South Africa. Say now be moving from that level to a higher level. And he said then to create more jobs in South Africa, create more jobs in Ghana for Africans.
Okay.
Wow. And then this Americans will always wake up and say this. Also, I say you say they are even cutting off the USA. No. I feel look at the amount of money I supporting your health sector. No. Wow. And we have to run around to look for money. The dependency, no, MY. We must be self-reliant. And many Jennifer and Partin, Omoka, I say what Ghana beyond aid, and I was a good policy. But point in say, we must start doing practical things and yes slogans. MYM. We are too much visited with slogans and Niama MYM. Let's do practical things. Then start to say Niama be movie from Eko Togo, Eko Benin, Eko Nigeria. Nigeria didn't so let's trade.
Okay.
Because we have the market. The population is huge, more than 1 billion people in Africa.
The second largest continent by population.
So why can't we trade among ourselves? What is stopping us?
You talk about why can't we trade? I think the barriers are too many. Say free Ghana. Now core country be to say Central African country, Cameroon and Abebia. Ubeti made 24 hours work. Obi oko Italy and US obedru eja.
It's true.
Sometimes we call African country back. Just see we Europe.
Don't even use them. Who ye call Obiti Morocco? How look at the struggle.
Obefom
network issues. But Obiti US far away. Efrewa, clean and clear. Wow. So we should look at all this in African communication technology. We have a lot to do.
Transport, communication, language.
We should do all these things. But I say we are so happy. Say a gift. I feel so like we are happy to depend on them. I don't know. We should move away. And I think say near American government also. Say African leaders. Some of the things were put there by the colonial masters. It's an indirect way of controlling you. Wow. And you see, most of the times, but say baby free one. Sir, I want to believe you because we are thinking, say, oh, you pay on the Kati aid now, Ebano.
Aid in the Sunday pay.
Why? Over dependency on the Western world.
That's it.
And why?
Jennifer Queen, to see idea, near Momu Yaya Africa, we are seeing Trump or take decisions that affect you. Be now, no, COVID. Yes, you Ukraine war. I feel wheat in an area being top because the whole Ukraine one area of trading wheat. And your wheat in
iron road.
Cement, clinker, Nina, I want a free bar. Abrofo, mote 3,000, 4,000 miles away, and the dictator say, Trump did tariffs by Ama Yanway, near my crack bridge, the crab high handsome, and the employing for Yakushiomo. Yet, how we can build them from there. And then them saying your politics name it papa.
It's a way national discourse.
Yes.
Mama watching Minchia new production team. Na Minchia menu Uncle Body the first time I'm Minchia.
Okay, last 2 weeks now. Okay, about Thursday. Yes, yeah.
No, I still now.
Me tell you, I was saying
control on the Facebook page. I'm so called German South DC no Wenya. A friend may be say Jekwa no control the Facebook page. Or man to a man. No trust a politics is a complex game. I'm done. And the Yamano Trade Commission Executive Secretary Yaman.
so she's not done.
What threatening she isn't done, but who baby as a politician as to how we defend this post so we delete to go for take it screenshot. Because my screenshot will be attached with an appointment and DCC.
One can is also a Bianca Yamano.
One can say through one, Baba no the over here through to Quabo anymore. I can't tell the be our fan one to Dean. What to dear to Dean? And then the idea had been is a Quacusa when you knew. Me, my man, Academy, Munyabi. Those that I thought, say, Nanka, and Anki, first quarter, I told you, Obama, Yadia, Wunya, and Yadia, be a Juliet. Now, Tunum, and then Yahweh. No, you are because I get to be about ya, a honorable Harry Sawyer on Valerie Sawyer, no, and no Chiano, there be your Chiama,
send him, mammy.
No Chiano into my mean.
Oh, prepare, baby, come on,
baby,
position the
having pen who quite say about Nabia Pay and Cohoda, and no crime meaning himself one part.
There's a Binas commission said the old one, and our airport, so Nina betting my
commission for man. The airport also play via 2018 playing videos with some of you try and yet the man who grow to be defended. Or when you're so big. Don't go from no more or more. Never have a soya man, you know, copy man. Because you're a man who didn't do man anyway. Say, if you want to eat the same rice, say no near Pessia Didia. Ye Kushia, Nanki at the near money behiano. Send a boy inside the crowd locally. Yamon on a bonya, the not account maybe I'll pay Jabu Muka cry. I think I gonna for better. Also, you see, indeed, fear dear. I deal with me kind. COVID never and never trade be we are sick. Say, we are singing now, be a need you, or be answered, you will be unfunny, nimmer more dear or any general. Because I see here, Wabe Muntina may de make us a Okasauka, a Russia Ukraine war. Unim so now, countries are not cranium, including Abuja, and Nikura, wheat not wheat in any man, yet African Kwana near crowd. Globally. Obia no cranium mawo Ukraine bia got affected. It is a bibia de ne kan ya wa ban mu no ye kan hey wo mo de ko say friend say Russia Ukraine war o mo de free COVID e de abese Russia Ukraine war but last month you say last 2 weeks ye rajon Romani mama Or kono o makasa say kebe yanka ntokwa no momfa ne yema you know why? Unma se kire. Se tokoswa it will affect his government. The same way it was affecting Yenyina when Ghana was not exempted from it. But what is but Sabrano, maybe I don't pass a power sentino, you can't send bigu ya so or to be more minor and more can say a friend say what do you call it? Omodekosha Russia Ukraine war. But that time no, a Niyama clink ideas meant. Iron Ross and Niyama, Huita ya di two brodo, a some cran ya di two brodo, ya di bechibo float, ya baby be a hona near crave free deba. When we were talking about it, we thought man you're 70. But when you're why was cited examples be including what you say. It's the idea be benefit your mind. Say there be a to a say who say a jar to be about some once and so now they studio. And she say, oh, dear by Ghana crown or you're vulnerable with us.
Yeah, 10%, maybe a 50%.
Maybe a 50, maybe a 25. African countries, maybe a 15.
Lesotho to 50.
50. Some say Ghana no credit deportation in your man and enough Ghana can. Yeah. Ghana, what is a deport you be back?
No visa cry there or dear, and so cry in him.
There be any. Okay, and you might be blue how a Ghana free meaning, sir, or special relationship with us. And I be here. Say Ghana, they bless. It's in Kawena, on Say Ghana, one Casacobe, be yeah. So song. Ghana phone said that near Basabasa, any man, Munam, your 17 year, Oko, other African countries. Sorry, Oko, Europe, no, Germany, Obaba, and this in who's some about Pen and Yaj. The fact one who said Jennifer Queen couldn't and ya don't very baby out. And you or Pawasamukwa. By a back room, a tradia Yasha gloves so could box and your moon. By a 2 quaya, Ghana for comportum. All that I can say is say economic implications of by your sworn. I buy no same so to a dinner. I call no more cassa.
Yes.
What to me who be not about 3%. Why? I'm not talking and yet governance as some days a national discourse because businessmen are your cranium mako. Ye importing yama, ye exporting yama, any adian. So kokran yama no not 10%. That's what I know. It is going to maybe no the consumer is going to bear whatever cost that comes with it. It also be a soon anyway. That's what I say. In as much as I hear present, and you may be in my economy in any adian. You also be soon anyway because I know that this was said ya can and one can one into more. Ebe affect ye. Yene ya kwa to abe consuming. Yeah, na yebenya sunsun sanso. You get it. It is a betimi na naka. Said me na nka ba be suggest kura ba so ma etu anamo akode a. No mo na nka. Said we dey be consider ye hu ye mo bo achichi ba so se nkofa ba bia red na ekoso ne ade. Ko fa on e power dey apaw. But not now baby na Ghana for they are roaming about America be e ko na dwuma. Ah omu ni problem.
Yeah.
But what you say? But I know so no ma ye tiri mu nya ye den say e bia na ma bu ho consider ye ne ade ntine ye nso ye be fa ne say Ibia ye jamusa ye na bo man na e be boa ye nyina it's good omo to ho anam
yeah no abla
but baby e be kwa ko sini ye hin
ane Samson ahimu ene omuko hia ya abla Samson foreign affairs trade finance yeah
Edmanuel
me insight into the meeting now omuko hia na also be suggesting you do one was say o brebebre wampa akasima
asama pesa meka meka be problem nya wo show
you
say ya kokasam who you to abla kwa your foreign minister
foreign affairs yes
your foreign affairs minister
and at force and finance and deputy trade Samson ahi and agri business and so
nti dumelo ko bi
Debbie
agri so no agri
or no deputy agri
business
trade and agri business
Ministry of Trade and Agri Business
and that's
and a foreign affairs so any ambassador and somebody from the finance department ministry
yes
okay nti time an ye kan ye ma na edi haye no an ye kan so wo krom ha wa show see to cream ade turquoise green ashe inside shirt no
now so ni mo boni be na me
ya bi se bi chire ma mo
ya ka say enye politics
national politics o enye politics
mo de no
enti bi se me de ma no se se me de ma no si ya wa yire mi am e ba mu no me na ka cho asma me be ka bia
mama o time so do anu asi me bo omo ko sia ni dia o se
because me
do time a chankle
me ba because of the man
ye beba lupre na cocaine awom no
me na wo de ankle 3 minutes aka me de
e hono de mfat
and for me for we man
okay
because team ya ko e di
and on can some de on say queen say oh nka umbetimi kura kan nanka mampanyin ni omo kana Trump formula 3%. Many agisa wo kan se bi afi wo se me de ma no.
Obama, uni bibi, adia ba ko wo se Ghana fo ye hu ni say. In as much as say bi a opposition ya de obi no be we she Ghana bad. Trust me. Yam we she aban we say.
Oni enye mu nyina.
Oh, there be some na me dey. Yo mu na say me make say free man dwunu.
Ono na dwum no kan.
What you say?
There
be obi we she uti. Obi mentina say me bo aban na ba so na say bia bibi.
Yes.
But obi enu wo obe say o my Ghana nkodichi say de omo de bi ye no say no omo kwa nyina no say be kodichi na o man nanu agu ase. That be.
So omo so nyo omo nyina.
I dey na me say me nka so omo nyina. So ti ase. Because because say me twa so nka time no ya kan krebo no atene de ne bi aka me ya kan inasam no na nka de aka ho.
And ma hu say o pro man ni ye pa.
What when it comes to national discussion, me obi otie me bi anim say dem how I communicate. This national discussion.
Yes.
Adwadifo asem na ye ka. Otima me kire na se. Adwadifo asem na ye ka. Say obi use ram ne sa kasa kese ya. Ye nkran woni am free America na eba.
Ene de ba.
Enti wo de ba na say a friend say yera lo te use ram yi. Na ne tie kobo se a. O yera solo ntimi enka say o consider because ni nua no na ne wo show so ni nua no yo man Ghana ni. Okraba na the board and said the board and the first one no. So when there's a national discourse until I make us say yeah we see a buying we TMPP ni map be catch us say won't wish the government bad because at the end of the day bibi ko entanche ye nyina to oman nim na momu no ye be si omo so ni a show mu friend say we say enema bi a wo say ye na ye me made suggestion and I listen to honorable Kojo Ponkoma he spoke the same way I make us say say nan kom sata no mu nto anamo team ya we show TV so
no mo
nyankoi it's no suggest said the Americans at least ultimately consider said what he's been charitable and I mean vulnerable to Ghanaians say Ghana for the beard na kuma so for some reasons I don't know say personally or sa relationship no with us I mean to me because America only in your issue that tina grandma Jane contract say in appropriate time we deal with him who better deal with Trump nipa ni tiri no gina so ayi say weda na kokon eno ni ade ana ye suro kakra so say o mkoka no okoyi sa asam no ba ka kire ye wura ku jeto abla kwase say na vice president kan eti dia na mo kafa ho na akwa ye twema mentwe but so timi te so kakra maye as o man Ghana as to how other African countries will go and negotiate that's none of our business but o man Ghana asam ne ye ka say be before by how na ye consumables no so no ye na ye kwa purchase niam no ye ba be consume ye nso ye ho ahen ha ye kakra
exactly
the man wasi umam time ni become the chire ba
member bi waka no pepe o se mo fa team no discuss negotiation no ye ntso so no bia honto
na me wo problem but no mpese meka samse ahi ko bi
on na deputy
minister for
trade and agribusiness and yema ye export agribusiness largely
into obi ade ni PA ni ade koy
the seasoned politician.
Oh yeah, so yes.
And I'm just obi ade ni PA koy.
PA.
Na assistant ni ade obi ade na ko obi kurukura na bag.
Oh,
send yes say.
Because
embrane na yeni nkaso. Na baby anu ye nka wase say o maduro. Baby o maduro ya time a na wase san krofo na mdo o makọ na yenye politics. Sa hana ye ka na
omo ye how.
Omo shia ambassador no.
Ambassador.
Omo anko US.
Hono dey I retract it Matias.
But I'm Ombeko.
Some you were something hitting. Okay. Okay.
Minim say
omo fa results papa mra.
Okay.
Eto omo kan ha na abrofo no de muaye na koma Trump wa America.
Anase betimi kura akọ. Yes we betimi akọ.
Em just say we mo no babo akire.
Obi a ogine mu e ma do Ghana.
Matias. But I don't they need to brief him. Sit him down and brief him and yes. No omo baye na.
Omo de be kwa amaye.
Okay.
Omo de be kwa amaye.
Uncle Bonnie ya usam.
Yanko uncle bo ho. Ibo Backman wo Ghana tariffs and US haggle issues abetudwe.
Obama, so tariffs is a tariffs are tax on exports.
Yeah.
Now, even before this tariff, Babano, see, also the yatri and I fee, BB also there, Yahoo. Now, as a junior got to tariffs issue no do.
Okay.
Because even before the tariff, Babano, na Ghana and exporters no when you're competitive.
Yeah.
Because of cost of production.
Yes.
And see, it's a issues and I holistically. Yes, before tariff, Babano Ghana and exported to them because one of the things also that yesterday as on money the issue of cost of production.
Yes.
Because countries now will compete for one common market. Maybe I open their cotton was no. The same country no be supposed to cotton as well.
Yeah.
But if two people or two companies are producing the same product there in Suya okay to me. Let's say one is producing it at a cost of let's say $1. A cost producer or a cost of $2. Certainly more produce at the cost of $1 no pricing. We be to pricing.
Exactly.
So what marketing or what on the product no wage was. So the issue of making our exporters or the export business competitive or a very important issue there already. But you have to and see with what has happened, case why worse because now the Americans will see our product to be more expensive because of the tariff. Say, this is where we need to get understanding. As I export to America, say America finankasa war substitutor about affecting, but American phone is substitutor because tariff here Thomas Bay or your universal tariff they will also get it expensive from other country.
Exactly.
I don't know whether you understand.
That country, tariff is higher than Ghana.
Did you get the point?
Yes.
So even the Indian products na over suffer because some of the products, if you don't get it from maybe Africa, you can't get it from America. But the ones that they can easily have substitute in America, then they will switch to the internal. That man brother can. The whole idea is to make sure the American folk will now support one businesses, one industries, because over the years, at a point in time, Americans were producing so much that they even started sending their businesses outside, especially China and India and other places.
Yes.
Now it is affecting American economy, so now they want to look inward and see how they can build their companies, and their factories to create jobs and to also to strengthen the economy. And see, Trump, the way they making decisions, I don't believe you need to be so much concerned about negotiation. I don't think he's going to
mind.
He's going to change his mind. I mean, honestly, I don't think he's going to change his mind.
I think the good thing about this negotiations and the discussions is next time or take a decision or share the reaction. Because countries need be or they toss almost double or more there. Like China. Now there is a trade war.
Yeah, Trump, if you have studied Trump, Trump this thing is exciting, I mean he likes the trade war
Okay.
So Obama, the effect, my brother said all the effects it will have on the economy, the issue of our export earnings affecting our currency, the issue of employment, the issue of government, and significantly, when the year lose, the agua is gone.
Yes.
Agua is now gone because with agua, in American for me, the export in America without tariff.
Yeah.
Now with this, it means agua is gone
completely. It was even gone.
Yeah, well, of course, it was supposed to end this year. People talked today, okay, maybe there could be renegotiation.
Yeah.
But then it is gone. So on that score, so the question is, what is the way forward as a nation? For me, that is what is important because we can't negotiate to change the situation. So what do we do as a nation? In the face of all these things, you to me, I survive as a nation. For me, today it is Trump. Tomorrow it could be anybody. So when you are building your economy, you should build your economy in such a way that when even external forces, like what is happening, is all Bawodra, you can survive because
robust economy.
Because you have built your economy.
Right.
That is why it is important that as a nation, what do we do as a nation in terms of building our economy? Last time about Makasim be there. The paradox of Ghana institution in there, we are a country so rich, yet we are so poor. Obama. We are so rich, yet we are so poor. Because in terms of natural resources,
Yes.
we are extremely rich. But in terms of the way you manage your natural resources, in terms of the way you we have become a country so poor that when you can say a kawa minian in people cost of living abrabom yazin magana nyibia except the political class, a few even the political class, except those who just lost power and those who are now in power, who are also here to enjoy. So apart from that, no Ghana you be take home pay until me do lorry station. So the issue is what should you do? And that's where I want us to focus.
Yeah.
Moving forward, we need to first diversify our export destinations. Because we need to diversify our export destinations. We need to identify more market out there.
New market
out there apart from the US market. Because there are markets there's no tariff. If you go to UK, for example, some of the produce we export to UK don't add tariff-free product. We need to look to China. We need to look India or Asia, let's say the Asian tigers. If first your focus was Europe and America,
West.
Let's look at East now. Then, also more importantly, my brother mentioned the issue of Africa Continental Free Trade Area. For me, that should be the game changer for Africa. That should be to have a population of 1.4 billion, to have a total combined GDP of 3.4 trillion, to have a market that has the potential to grow to 6.7 trillion in 2035. It means this is and after is the single largest free trade area in the world in terms of population,
if well implemented.
Yes. So that is, you see, Trump, it's a blessing in disguise. It provides an opportunity for Africans to rethink, to look within, and say there, yes, there are markets out there, but let's look within and see how we can trade amongst ourselves. Because if you have 54 countries in Africa, at any point in time, each country will be trading with 53 countries.
At any point
in time.
53 countries accessible markets.
Yes. And this is huge.
Youthful population 1.4 billion.
Can you imagine? So Africans must begin to think inwardly. Trump is thinking inwardly. That's something that today it is Trump. Tomorrow it could be anybody at all.
Yeah.
So if tomorrow Putin or someone else, China decides that we are also going to do similar thing.
European Union.
Yeah. How are we going to survive? So first and foremost, the most important thing is to develop Africa Continental Free Trade Area. Let's strengthen our African market and make sure there, in a way that if there are shocks coming from outside Africa, Africa will still be able to survive. For me, that's very important. Then if that is the case, what I started with, the issue of cost of production, is what is killing us. Okay, so Ghana, for example, what should the government do to bring down cost of production? And yesterday, I granted an interview. I brought up that issue. You see, CCR, Actual Bank of Ghana, because of federal control, the inflation and the exchange rate volatility in the system, we increased the policy rate to 28%. Banks charge their interest rate on the basis of the policy rate of the Bank of Ghana.
Yes.
Which means banks are still going to have a higher interest rate. And also businesses cannot borrow at a cheaper
28.
I mean, it's 35 to 40%.
It rose to 34%, 35%.
Yes, 30%. So it means it doesn't make our exporters competitive. It doesn't make our businessmen and women competitive. So my suggestion, which was also echoed by Mr. Alan Chamanton, is that if you go to Bank of Ghana, the tools they use to control money supply, mainly the policy rates,
yeah,
and also what you call the CRR, the cash reserve ratio. That bank biano, a certain percentage of your total deposit, you have to keep it with the central bank as a
Bank
reserve.
of Ghana, yes.
Some keep 15, some keep 20, some keep 25. Yes, it's tiered. Depending on your what you call loan deposit ratio. Now, that means I was go to Bank of Ghana or the whole it is not invested or the whole
reserve.
Or reserve or the whole. So it is you. I want to repeat it. It's a tool that is used to control money supply. So you are fighting inflation from the demand end. That there won't be excess demand in the system. The same money, we can use about 20% of it. I don't know if you know. Is that finance self-liquidating businesses. Businesses are up to now in terms of so that ya channel the music ya for consumption. No, how inflation issue.
Yes.
It is a production. So our export areas, less 20% of this reserve no function into export at a concessionary rate, so that if the market rate is 35%, let's give them about 15%. Let's give our exporters this loan at about 15%. By so doing, you'll be fighting inflation from both demand end and supply end. Do you get the argument?
But then ultimately say rate, interest rate, so about form flexible.
Yes, because it doesn't any interest.
But say people at Bank of Ghana, they are aware of all these ideas.
Yeah. So
because but companies are.
I think that's the essence of the Exim Bank.
So we and Sama etimi akoso na say it is not going to be easy. And US tariffs we buy, me mega de me ba bontin ebeka say sa die we sa tariffs we I will say yeden I will say you taking serious. It is going to be advantage for Africans if we are ready to improve our country. Because and Africans, especially West Africa, Ghana, ye come. Nina nise Bruni atnasia who say Africans, majority of us, ye ya kwadwo four. And African Sokrano, ye niema ye di ko amanone no. Sometimes ayana sebie buru sebie nyado. And sheda enye den enye quality into a mo checke in Nansia recently ye cocoa pos akufado apen so ye we akufado cocoa pos be mo reject here by the international market aden omo see smallest particles be efrafra into mo we say Africans say omo anhye ye dia ebedu ba bi no ye man no nyina no ye nyina be firi ho no na ya ba omo aden omo krom what na me sure na say because although say omunya I mean importance on us say you 2 ko ho no ma because we add up productivity but above na tena say adwene hu say there bi o say mun so bi before mo tena say na youth no etna omukrom na omuye adwuma mo a the more they get the more the country will improve and the more they will export and the export wa edi ko nyina no na sa 10% tariffs no mo so multi na ye nso ye di fa so edi develop ye man and in other way no ebeboa ama Ghana and US omoye that tax correct na say tax we no invader na bibisa no they are going to benefit and we also as a taxpayer we are going to benefit. Meaning some analysis and not in a mature nasia. It is so simple. Idea we Donald Trump the buy. Donald Trump the buy. It is not a witch hunting what tax onka say ma African countries yemfa niema emma omuho because majority of niema omudin wo America, including wood, gold, bauxite, manganese, timber, and the other things in Nano, omu take it free Ghana and omudi kohono. And they can ban those things. Sema yemfabi enko omukurum. Even they can do it. Omuntiminye. But omo person muchese. We should put more effort in it so that we can do what? We can export more. We can put more effort in it so that we can what? We can export more. And the more you exporting, so no more so more the more 10%. Now you so ye market because all the unema call word marketer. And on a boama unya mfaso bebre. Biti say udi koko say eko international marketer. Sika obenya no hom no. Otina kurum ha na the Cote d'Ivoire the Cote Togo omunton samfa ma. You gain a lot of dollars and mind you say ton in dollars. Into the dollars now, over best son will Ghana citizen. Then you get more money and the economy will improve. And the idea of questioning nano. And yes, Donald Trump, Papano, was said that all which anti Africans. It is said that Jerry Falcon no more kikano. There are a lot of countries who see America they will hunt you. Omo FIB no, they will hunt you. Ombe trace you. Ahwe baby ufiri awoba. Ahwe se ubi bia UK. Even omo moko Libya kra no. So moko du Italy na edu embra we se omo ebe omo kan say omo temi omo yusi kra mi free. Omo be rescue omo a omo ba omo bise omo din omo bise baby ufiri ba. Omo we na se ufiri work country bia I mean country be omo fa mranya adwuma country be a omo pento kwani all those things now. Sometimes it is hardly say omo jiwa obenye baby papa ako. Enti no abusiafo this Donald Trump the tariffs now odi abani na no. Ghana for any every affected country bia no or che say yenye enema yie na we should put things to order. Say be ya yen so yankasa no ye betimi aginam na ye grow ye economy both world and what I mean both internationally and internally, externally and internally say ye krum na yankasa ye bibia ye nya mfaso free so ye tonton ye nya mfaso free so externally any say wodi niema kwa adwaman so ewo world markets na wonya mfaso etini ye yes na the more we produce, the more we get more income, the more we get more profit, and it will bring good impact on our economy. It will bring good impact on our economy. It is hard now, Obi kika say, oh, Jennifer Queen Cracker, grandma, Nancy Mukaya, ye vice president of the Republic of Ghana, ye papa, I mean, ye mami, ye mami. Professor Jinana Upukwa Jiman, Yankupon, man who a kama. In fact, ye machine speed recovery. What I say, Mameno, I can send be or bra or modi tariffs no tools. One or say Africans were capable. It Ghana ye we can do it without them. Obi MPP for the nam and omodi propaganda, even Jennifer Queen Craig continue or can be sir and omodi propaganda. Adena wakotreti Donald Trump. Wako send the one in their man wa yesi. But meanwhile, ono Donald Trump will can't the obey on no mind because na African countries no. Busia Bobby Bibele Lesula Lara de Bia nam Ghana beyond aid and if find yawo Ghana beyond aid or Mukaina ni kitabunsia airco IMF air kwa jisika it beyond aid now can. What is the essence of it? I will say myself no. And you know, Mamma may find your propaganda. Na MPP for said ye sebi ebuse benyado omo na mo ka ise kan oman mu be din muman tutu you see okonfo boni si kurumbo a otimu bi odi obedwane akọ ba obusuafo te ha nto kwotena buchira obusuafo sebi omo to nkra se obusuafo sebi obi yare obi ho dodo na sika na ade beba omo akombi enti ma ukotino position na ma wish bad for government, any government bompaye so man ni bekoyie na eniema etimi atotopo totin na bibia e wo se ekoso akoso wacha enti we ye nsem a eye anopai anasa awie anadwi nso yetimi adi ho nkobo wacha enti Ghana no ye yire ye ho a ebetuto yie omo ntan ye ni na ne se yen hye esapo mu nsuo na ye mo ye ninda honom na ye fight as a country. We should be together, we should be united and make sure corruption no African countries say Ghana ye gidi mbone intim for jo adawroma okoka say koke transit ni de keka ho na British for musom brilliant omusom so publish here inti e basa na ema sebi omani tu kwan ko baby so ko bibia na we have a certain idea bi omade tag oman no se mu na mu yese it even affects the country both financially, economically, socially, everything. Eti yetianum let's see you bibi amayenka ntim for you up to now and run adwumeti say no so the bibi ba up to now de chi miante hwe eti video ben kwa no you ntim for you one ntimi show our television ntimi show social media the beauty radio so one radio station to another radio station, TV station to another TV station. I will make a lot of comments. Anke wo mrekwa anka betimi show that video no in just some few minutes na Ghana for na ati asese o ampa video we and a reverend team for your air can one sem no it let's all what concentrate and make good thing out of it, but here we are the bi okasa and so no evidence Ghana sanity in general meti say is it NAB boss now okase they have no other option rather than what Reverend Team for is pushing their legs to arrest him. Eti Ghana muka yache munya ni termu kwa chura ni shim na mukwali to order because it seems you nifi at the babonting just a math talk keke abusunya ma memfa wensi let's also be like in our share now subscribe to the channel no Hanum still remains one of your authentic platform Mega TV yankopon koswa Asia makro bibia mema miche ba for United States of America mami yankopon Asia papa mami we bi UK and bibia hwe Mega TV no I salute you. Bye bye.